This is Jeff and Phil, and we are going to talk about a few things that we have been filming and introduced to and featuring on Grub Tribe, and then we also want to talk about the big holiday coming up. It's Valentine's Day, which is a huge restaurant holiday. So let's start talking about a restaurant, because that was the one of the latest restaurants we filmed that I think we both enjoyed very much. So what were some of your takes, Phil?
Yeah, so a restaurant we got in there. It's been out on the newsletter. So sign up for our newsletter. We're going to link that up in the notes here on the YouTube link. And then you'll get updates whenever we light up a new restaurant and visit there. And that one in particular is pretty dang good, because you've got a guy that came from Pittsburgh and set up in Newport, deep chef that's doing unique things with standard, I wouldn't even call them standard, but incredible cuts of beef, steaks, chops, amazing. Like, we saw the photos on there, and the marbling was just out of this world.
Yeah, he said it was using some Japanese types of beef that I don't even remember the grade, A5 cuts.
I think he said A5.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, they were amazing. I don't think I've ever seen a piece of meat look like that. That was pretty cool. So, and you can order it by the ounce too. So, I mean, you can probably get a 4-ounce steak or something like that, and it can, it doesn't break your piggy bank 100%, and you still get to experience that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and the venue's super cool. I mean, it's a bit old school. It kind of reminded me of Le Cave, but updated. Le Cave on 17th and Irvine Avenue in Newport, just up the hill from a restaurant. But it has that kind of lounge feel, that Sinatra deal, that you're kicking it old school. You got like a really stiff martini that's kicking you in the, and really good food and kind of a nice scene mixed with fine dining.
So I did a little research actually, and the Arches was originally there, and that opened when the road opened from Huntington Beach to Newport, when PCH opened that part of the road. That was like all the way back in like the 20s, or I don't know. I don't know the date, maybe 20s or 30s. And wow. I mean, it's been there forever, and it's been, I guess, John Wayne was very famous for going there and loving to hang out there and having cocktails there, and had all his buddies there and stuff like that. Because I mean, he's an old, the airport's named after him, so yeah. He's bigger in Orange County, But that was one of his local spots that he loved to go to. And then, yeah, a few years ago, some other people bought it because, to keep a restaurant relevant for 100 years is almost impossible. So I think the owners of Arches kind of, it's a hard business, and we're ready to make some changes, and they sold it. And I think the people that came in did a great job at kind of keeping the tradition intact, but also injecting like really good, cool, what's going on now food. And I think they got the culinary team to do that, and I think that's a really good mixture, because you feel that history and the ghost around, almost the good ghost around there, and the good vibes around there, yet you're still eating food that's up to date and he's doing good things. He has says predominantly steaks, but he also talks a lot about how he sources a lot of his vegetables from local farms, and a lot of his grains actually, which I haven't heard too much of, which is pretty cool. And then with the addition of these meats from Japan, and he said a bunch of sommeliers, so they have a bunch of cool, interesting wine. I mean, it sounds like just a killer place to go, So.
Yeah, and the breakfast. Remember the grits and eggs and bacon? It's pork belly, but insane breakfast, and I can imagine that with a Bloody Mary and pretend,
right?
friends.
Yeah. So we also did a market too, which is pretty cool. And there's probably 2 or 3 markets in Orange County that are kind of like this one, that have they're just selling really artisan, cool liquors and wines and cheeses and charcuterie. But this one was special, or at least near and dear to my heart, because the woman that is running the shop is a very, very talented pastry chef that I actually had the pleasure of working with years ago. Her name's Shelley Register. And around the local culinary beat, among chefs, they just speak of her like she is a god. And I think one of the reasons is she keeps up the highest integrity in what she does, and she just won't settle for anything less. And she just has really good taste on what she brings in, and she takes that extra step, and it shows up in her food. And we interviewed her. We're actually going to have her on the site this week, and she's just, I mean, she's a kick, and she's a very, very talented person. I mean, she just makes that place special and above and beyond. So.
Yeah, and we got the coffees. We got some of her cookies. She's an insane cookie chef. That alone is kind of a mastercraft when you get into really high-speed cookies. The cheese cooler there was insane. All kinds of California and European and elsewhere cheeses that I think is worth a look. Counterstack's awesome. It's just like going to a Starbucks that's been cranked up by, levels and levels and levels.
Yeah, like this is the Whole Foods or the Gelson's to Starbucks being like a Ralph's or something like that.
Yeah, like a 7-Eleven more like, yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, this is really, really cool. So they're just really on top of things. I mean, if you're into food, you should go and check this place out. Just to even, I bet you'd learn 10 new things that you can buy or get your hands on and stuff. I mean, Shelley says she fights with some of these people that don't want their stuff even in stores, and she gets them into her store. So a lot of the stuff that's available there, I mean, you're not going to see anywhere else, And I think that says something for the way, how much respect that she holds, and how much that people really appreciate what she does, and I don't know, it's a cool spot. So that was awesome.
Yep, and she's got booze and wine there too, which is kind of nice. You wouldn't think so. It's almost, if you want to talk super high-end 7-Eleven, like if you're cruising Coast Highway and you're heading home to your house and we got Valentine's Day coming up, it's a good stop off there, grab a bottle of champagne or wine, or they've got unique vodkas and mixers and stuff there too. It's like super high-end, get in, get out, pickup spot.
Yeah, but I mean, you're gonna get a bottle of bourbon or some gin or something that's, it's unique and
yeah,
super good and super innovative and artisan, and I love to support people like that, because I mean, those are the true people that are making this industry thrive, and the heartbeat of it all.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
What else? We went to Worst House.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. It wasn't even open yet, so we got a sneak preview.
They made us, Belgian beer reduced onions on dogs. I wouldn't even call them dogs. They're brats basically, and they've got all kinds of different brats. And we got to interview the owners. They were awesome. This is Santa Ana, downtown Santa Ana, new kind of non-wine bar, non-shishi party place, hangout, down true German and Belgian beers, and eat great food. And it's a killer venue with brick walls and insane looking wood. Hang out. They're going to be up until 4 a.m. So you can
isn't that cool?
Club, and then you can get coffee from 2 to 4, and come down off whatever dancing or wherever you went that night.
Totally. Yeah, I mean, that's a great idea, especially for the area. I mean, selling brats. It sounded like they were going to have a bunch of different specialty type sausage / brats where, jalapeno, chicken. So they're actually going to have alligator meat and rabbit too. So it's going to be exciting to see what they have.
They'll open by the time we put this up. I think they were doing soft openings last week, and maybe could be open this week.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll have to get an update on that. I'll check it out. You know, it's kind of weird. There's actually some history to there too, in some ways. I mean, back in the old times, Germany actually tried to take over some of Mexico, and not a lot of people know.
Yeah.
And
German brewery in Mexico.
yeah, and a lot of these German monks and stuff taught the Mexicans how to brew beer. And if you look on the Tecate beer can, they actually have a German eagle, and there's a few other real nice, Mexican beer companies that still have some sort of resemblance of the of a German iconic figure on their logo because of that. And I thought it was, at first I was like, I don't get it, like a German worst house place where you can get sausages and beers and everything in the middle of downtown Santa Ana, but in some ways it's actually, there's like a little bit of historical parallels, like it actually fits, because obviously Santa Ana is so rich in Latino and Mexican culture, and to have that there, it's kind of symbolic in some ways, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to going there for the scene and the late night kind of hang out. It looks to me to be very casual, yet really good food. And they had like 18 or more taps alone of beers that I don't even know what they are. Maybe 2 or 3 I knew what they were. But
Sure.
these are boutique, small, well, maybe not even small, but Belgian craft beers and German craft beers.
Yeah, they actually said they wanted to do that because along downtown Santa Ana now, everyone's serving locally crafted beers, which are great, but they wanted to do something a little bit different. And that's where everything started as far as beers went. The monks started that in Belgium and Germany and stuff like that. So they're the first ones to really get any. I mean, I guess you could look back and say like, oh, the Egyptians started it in way long ancient times, but they were the first ones to really get credit of making it readily available to people. So that's pretty cool. They're doing good things, and the beer you're gonna have there is gonna be really tasty.
Yeah, including like Duvel and Chimay. I think it was a cool move on their part, because they're like, you know what, the last thing this block needs is another IPA from
Totally.
San Diego or Portland. They're doing it up and committing to that German vision.
Yeah, that is really cool. I mean, I love the IPAs and I love the local San Diego stuff, but I mean, I'm really excited to try that out too. You know what I mean? Like it could be a really nice change or difference. So that's really cool.
What else we got?
We got 370 Common, which was really cool.
That was insane. So that was one of our best interviews to date, basically.
Yeah. Ryan Adams is the chef there, and I mean, he just let it fly.
Yeah.
Like, no holds barred. I mean, that's a not safe for work interview probably, but we'll have it posted the next week or two. But it was just great.
Takedowns, people will be offended. Other chefs, technique issues. He just went off on really good insights, and also just no holds barred. The gloves were off, and when you see the interview, you're going to laugh, and you're going to say, this guy held nothing back and just told it like it was.
And I mean, again, I think this was one of those interviews that just shows the true nature of being a chef and kitchen life, and this is great. I appreciate people that can just do that, and I don't know, they don't care about any like wrong publicity or anything. They know they're good. They know they're doing good things, and they're like, "This is who we are. This is how we get there, or how we got here, and this is the way we handle our business." So you should come anyway,
And he really runs the show. He's connected to downtown Santa Ana as well, because he developed the menu at the North Left. Who, if you haven't seen that video yet, be sure to get in there and check that one out, because that's great with Chef Aaron.
Yeah, a lot of the chefs that we've interviewed, and we asked, hey, where do you like to go? And a lot of them say 370 Common is one of their top spots. So, I mean, the fact that the chefs really admire what he's doing, I think, says a lot about his food and his technique and what they're doing over there. And I mean, I every time I drive by that place at night, it's packed. You
Yeah,
know.
just downtown Glen Air, and it's near Broadway. It's right near Park. Easy to find, right near Coast Highway, and right in that bunched up little area there.
Yeah, I just right across the street from where like 5 Feet used to be, which was an iconic restaurant in Orange County for a long time.
That used to be Sorrento Grill, the same building.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So I mean, it's a cool spot. You know what else I liked what he said on there? I mean, watch the video, but he's like, I teach everyone that works for me to treat this like it's your home and you're having people come in.
Yeah.
And I think that was like ultimately as rough as tumble as he may seem, that in a nutshell kind of summed up one of the reasons why they're having so much success, you know?
Yep. Really good food and really welcoming atmosphere, and I think the staff is really close with the locals there, so they're really personable. And
Yeah.
I think even visiting there from elsewhere is going to get that one-to-one personal touch that they have.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's a professional place, you know. You don't have people's first restaurant jobs aren't at 370 Common, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
They're in it, so that's kind of cool. Hey, on Thursday, if you watch this before then, Thursday the 12th, there's a big downtown Santa Ana art walk. I think that the 4th Street Market's going to be opening, which is supposed to be a really cool new place for you to get foods and cheeses and stuff like that. I think I'm going to actually go and try and check it out and see what it's about. But it's another downtown Santa Ana thing going on. But if you watch this today or tomorrow or before the 12th, you want to go check it out. And even after that, go check out the 4th Street Market down in downtown Santa Ana. I think it's supposed to be something special. A lot of people in the culinary world are talking a lot of good things about it. So I think it's just going to be, artisan food, and I think Portola's Coffee is going to open up a shop in there, which is great, and again, cheeses, meats, all that stuff. So check it out if you can on the 12th, Thursday the 12th.
But that's nighttime, like in the late afternoon they're going to get started?
Yeah, I think it's kind of happy hour till nighttime. So, I mean, I'm going to try and make it down there, check it out. So, I don't know.
I'll try to join you. And it really, the 4th Street deal is a big opening. I mean, they've been pushing this. The Santa Ana City Council's on it. They're opening up a lot of new retail, and it should be interesting and high-level foodie.
Yeah, it'll be really cool. So let's talk about Valentine's Day, because I mean everyone goes out to eat on Valentine's Day, right?
Yeah, you have to. You'll get busted if you don't put something cool together.
Yeah, for sure. So my first thought is like, let's think about the romantic restaurants. The places that we covered, I think that would be a good spot are. I think a restaurant would be kind of cool. It's kind of has that little romantic feel,
Yeah, it's dark. It's you can find a corner. The booths are red and passion colored, and there's candlelight. It's definitely, you could probably make out somewhere there in the corner.
Totally. And 370 looks like it would be actually a pretty good place. Might be a little noisy, but you're in a happening, good spot, good food, and so.
Yeah, and it all, like, you can dial it up and down depending on, is your girlfriend 3 months into it? Are you married? Is this the second or third date? Like I'm thinking 270 is definite for a, you're several girlfriend,
Yeah.
A restaurant, you're obviously charging hard and trying to close a deal, and like a
Yeah.
tough question there, that kind of place.
Yeah. That's like the third date spot, you know?
Yeah. Well, and if you really want to rock it, and we have not, if you're serious and you're down the line and you've got dreams of family and Christmases together in your future, we haven't had them yet on the show, but like Marché Moderne, that's going to be a blown out kind of special night. I mean, you're not going to get in there this Valentine's Day, but we can just talk about things you might do.
I mean, that place is it's just a dream, and everybody we talk to says that's the top restaurant in Orange County. So, um,
Where else? I was thinking, a restaurant. Speaking of that, and this maybe is a little too inside Newport, but you could drop in there, get champagne and get cheese and get charcuterie, and head up to one of the sunset spots all along the bluff on Cliff Drive or Kings Road, and
yeah,
you'll get insane sunsets up there, and that place is a great place to pick up, impress your girlfriend kind of stuff, or romantic wife get together.
if you're looking for a view too, the rooftop in Laguna with Craig Knoll, we talked about them, and I mean, I don't know if you've seen lately, but some of the sunsets we've had in Orange County the last month have been just amazing. Like Apple screensaver amazing pictures. Like really great. So
So good, so incredibly good that they're actually almost better than a pixelated wall screensaver from
yeah.
Apple.
So I mean that would be a cool place to see the sunset and take a date and have a martini or something like that. And then they have Kaya Bistro downstairs to get dinner. So I mean I don't know if you could even get in there yet at this late, but
Yeah, keep in mind for any other romantic evening, because you could hear the surf and see the surf right beneath you there.
you can see all the way down on a clear day. You can see all the way down to Dana Point, all the way to Huntington.
Yep.
It's beautiful. It really is.
Across to San Clemente Island and Catalina, and just
It's amazing. It's a picturesque, beautiful thing. I don't know if your date's maybe a little bit more hardcore. I'd take them to the north left, or if you're a little bit on the younger, more adventurous foodie side, that might be a cool spot. I saw on a Facebook post they're doing some special dinners, so look into stuff like that. A lot of the chefs we talked to surprised me by saying they aren't doing anything off the menu or too different. When I was cooking, a lot of chefs a lot of the restaurants I worked at, we'd have a special Valentine's Day menu. And it was kind of 50-50 depending on who it was. Some of them made really great dinners and went all out, and some of them really dumbed it down because they felt like it was a night like New Year's Eve where everybody has to go out, so they have to serve a lot of rubber chicken too. So before you do go out, if you are a foodie, check the deals and the menus and what people are serving, because it may be the best thing ever, but there's a lot of people that just want to get through Valentine's Day and serve you what they think you want, So, I mean, me personally, actually, I never go out on Valentine's Day after working in the restaurants.
Yeah.
I mean, my wife and I were going out on Wednesday night, and that's going to be our Valentine's Day, and that's what we decided. And in other years, we've gone out a lot of different nights just because, it's hard in the kitchen, I know, and there's a lot of people with very high expectations, and things can get a little rough sometimes on Valentine's Day. So I always feel like the best nights are usually a little bit off and around Valentine's Day, for me personally. So if your significant other you had them for a long time in your life and they're willing to understand that, it doesn't actually have to be that day, that might be a good strategy too, and you can get into some of the restaurants we talked about on those days. and you could probably get better service and better taken care of, and it could be a good thing. So that's another strategy.
Yeah, it's like people call New Year's Eve amateur night. You know you're going to get sandbagged into some prefix deal that's going to be made for a lot of people, and the staff, like you say, is going to be stressed. There can be expectations too high. Like, I mean, I totally agree, and super good strategy to take a different night and get the better attention.
Yeah, and then maybe on Valentine's Day, go and see a movie or something, or whatever. Just, but to actually go out to eat, if you want to have the killer Valentine's, like say, hey, this is Valentine's Day, but we're going to celebrate it on the 12th, and then maybe say like every day is Valentine's Day with us. Use one of those excuses, and that you can usually sell it.
Yeah, you have to get the other half to agree.
I think the trick to making a Valentine's Day work before Valentine's Day is to do it actually before Valentine's Day, not after. Or if you're going to do it after, make sure she knows it's coming after, because otherwise she's just going to think you forgot and you're lazy, So that's like forgetting an anniversary style. So just a tip for all the gentlemen out there in the world. So.
Yeah, this is we do a dating column show. You be Dr. Drew, I'll be Adam Carolla.
Yeah, love lines with Grub Tribe. I promise you, this is the only relationship advice we'll ever give.
Restaurant-related advice. Some of the restaurants that we talked to, I forget who was it that was actually doing a aphrodisiac menu, or they had an area that they were going to like pair up.
Yeah, that was actually at a restaurant. They have they're doing a special dinner on Valentine's Day, and I can't imagine it not being filled, but it's like $150 a seat, and they do a real special aphrodisiac tasting menu, and they give you wines, and I mean it's just, and they have 8 couples or something in a private room, and
I thought there was
John Blackford, the chef, said and the experiences of doing it last year, actually all the couples became friends, and it was just a really awesome killer night. So I mean, there's also a few opportunities like that. I don't know them all, but maybe we can find a few and list them for you.
If you know of cool ones, put them in the comments too.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Hey, you know what else is going on? I've seen a little bit of is there's kind of this anti-Valentine's Day movement where people that are single like to go out on Valentine's Day and kind of make it a singles night, And I was just thinking of places that we covered, and I almost don't want to mention them in case they are doing something nice for Valentine's Day. But can you imagine going to a place like Social where they have those big kind of communal tables and stuff like that, and everyone's selling like an anti-Valentine's Day or something? That would be a great way to actually pick someone up on Valentine's Day, So,
yeah, Social. And when you think about it, like when we were talking earlier, the chefs that we talk to in nice places that are kind of renegade doing unique things, they're all in a theme. They're just not going when it comes to major holidays. They want to bust out something different, and they may push back and say, "We don't do Jack for Valentine's Day," or what we do is we do a crazy menu that is not going to force you into some prefix thing, but it's going to offer some really cool things that aphrodisiac are not. They're going to be original, and they're not going to treat you like a cookie cutter mill, 2 seatings, and push one seating out, and then they bring in the next one, and everyone has the time of their life, and stars in their eyes.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think that's a good trend, though. To be honest with you, I this Hallmark holiday type stuff. I mean, it's nice to celebrate life in general and romance and happiness when it's there, But gosh, man, to go into a restaurant and feel like you just totally got squeezed because of the holiday, that sucks, And the chefs that are doing it are doing better things and making you not feel like that. I commend them. I think that's a good approach, and it's a good way of doing business, and it just keeps the public and keeps the locals happy.
Mm-hmm.
So good job, good job, guys.
Bravo.
Yeah. So I guess the last thing, we have some cool stuff coming up. We're gonna do an interview with a gentleman, Colin. I'm not even gonna try his last name. It's about 27 letters that don't look like they go together, but I'll have them for you. And he works at Solita and Sol, and they make their own tequila. So we're gonna learn all about tequila and what that's all about. That's gonna be a cool interview. And then we're gonna do some stuff with Long Beach Restaurant Week. So we're gonna venture up to Long Beach and interview some of the chefs and bartenders and owners that are doing cool things up there. So just some things to keep your eye out for Grub Tribe. And again,
Yeah. And so on the water, Newport near Denver and Coast Highway, and then Salita in District, right?
yeah, I'm not sure. I gotta check on that actually. I'll find out. We can. Again, maybe we put together some show notes on this and just have it on the comments or something like that. So
Yeah, Salita, Justin, I think we had a grand opening.
yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, sounds good. All right, anything else?
I don't think so. Go out there, mow, grind, grub, put your food on.
All right, sounds good. We will. Yeah, let's see if we can get this nice and edited, or get this in the nice proportion for you guys. And thanks for being part of the Grub Tribe. And we will see you soon. Adios.